Hey guys, it's been quite a while since we did our last sea kayaking video, and since it's been a huge success and everybody likes it, we decided to do another one. First, a little introduction. My name is Kleman, and in front of me it's my girlfriend Taya, and we're paddling into the sunset, as you can see. We've been paddling for a while, and the goal for this evening is to find a secret beach, pitch up a tent, pull our kayaks out of the water and start a fire. Now let's see how that goes. Okay, I think this beach will do. The tent is already set up. By the way, this tent is crazy good. If you're looking for a sea kayaking tent, this tent takes maybe 2 seconds to set up, and unlike other 2-second tents, when you fold it down you can actually put it inside your kayak. So we love it. The fish barbecue is already started, and all there is left is to open a can of beer and enjoy the surroundings. Now let's go to the main topic of this video. You could see the main topic of this video sitting on top of the barbecue. Yes, it's fish and fishing. But let's get one thing clear, this is not a kayak fishing video. What? But I just said it is. Well, this is a video for people who do sea kayaking trips and wanna catch a few fish for dinner along the way. So what's the difference? The difference is that kayak fishing is all about fishing, bringing all the right gear, going places where there are fish at the best fishing times, and then sitting in your kayak and fishing. Very likely the kayak you're sitting in is also a special kayak made just for fishing. Something like in this photo. And then you stop fishing and you go home. So, okay, it's not about that. There are plenty of kayak fishing videos like that already on YouTube, so we don't need another one. This video is for people that like sea kayaking. We go sea kayaking to enjoy the sea, the nature, to exercise, to see new hidden places along the coast, to reach places you can only reach from the sea, to stop and go swimming and snorkeling, things like that. We set up our tent on a hidden beach and we lie in the shade of a pine tree. We stop in a coastal town to get ice cream or to climb the island hill to get a nice view. We paddle to a remote island just so we can say that we were there and to see how it looks like from up close. I'm sure there are plenty of other reasons why people go sea kayaking. Whatever the reason, the time and the path you choose is most of the time not connected to fishing, but to other things. But then, at the end of the day, on some empty beach watching the sunset, we make a fish barbecue if you're lucky enough to catch something on the way. And even though fishing is not the point of sea kayaking, there are plenty of tips and tricks to help you actually catch something. And this is what this video is about. To be honest, I'm in no way an expert kayaker and not an expert fisherman, just a beginner. Maybe this way I remember better all the questions I had when we first started fishing during our sea kayaking trips. And yes, we do catch something from time to time. Here are a few examples. Okay, so now that we know what we are talking about, the first thing I should mention is that, as far as I know, there is only one kind of fishing that is suitable for sea kayaking trips. And it's called trolling. Trolling is a method of fishing where you have a fishing line that has an artificial lure at the end, and you draw that through the water while you're paddling. When you pull the artificial lure through the water, it starts moving, and when it's moving it looks like a really tasty fish. A fish that all predatory fish just have to catch and chew on. In case of sea kayaking, you obviously draw it behind your kayak while you're paddling and going where you want to go. This is why trolling is perfect for sea kayaking. The point of sea kayaking is to get somewhere, not to sit in one place the whole day, and since you're already moving, you can drag an artificial bait behind you along the way, and if you're lucky, you'll have fish for dinner. Okay, so how to set up your trolling rig? It's really simple. This is what you will need. You'll need a fishing line holder, usually something made out of foam so it floats if you drop it into the sea. But actually anything works. I found my first one on the beach among the sea debris and driftwood. Bigger holder makes pulling and deploying the bait much easier. Then you will need around 20 meters of thicker fishing line and 5 meters of thinner fishing line. You tie the thicker one to the fishing line holder and you tie the thinner one to the end of the thicker one. I also put a swivel between them. The point of thinner fishing line is that it is less visible to fish. And if you catch sea bottom instead of fish and the fishing line snaps, it will snap where it's thinner. This way you will set up your trolling rig back faster, since you won't lose your 20-meter line. Okay, then at the end of the thinner line you put a swivel with a snap. This one is necessary. If the lure catches something funny like a piece of seaweed, it can start spinning, and before you notice it, your whole line will be one huge tangled knot. The little carabiner at the end of the swivel is great for quickly changing the lure. If one is not working, you snap it off and snap on a new one and try again. That's it. I will speak a bit more about what kind of lures to use later, but first, one very important thing. When the fish bites, you want there to be some leeway before the line pulls really hard. This is why people that go trolling from boats either use fishing rods or hold the line in their hands so they can feel when the fish bites. Both of these options are not that good on a sea kayak. You obviously need your hands for paddling, and to attach a fishing rod to your kayak you'll need a special mount. So a really good alternative is to attach your trolling rig to a bungee cord. Something like this. Also keep this in your eyesight and at your arm's reach, because when the fish bites you will have to act quickly. If you attach the line directly to your kayak so it's completely rigid, you can tear off the mouth of the fish when it bites, or you won't even notice that there is a fish at the end of the line and you will drag it behind you the whole trip. Unless of course you catch a huge tuna, then you will probably feel it. Okay, so your trolling rig is ready. All you need now is an artificial bait. Now let's talk fishing lure size, shape and color. The sizes you use depend a lot on the location of your fishing. If the average fish in the sea is half a meter long and has 5 kilos, you'll need bigger lures and thicker fishing lines. So these lures here are what we use for trolling in the Adriatic Sea. The big ones are 10 centimeters long, the medium sized ones, these are the ones I usually use, are 7 centimeters long, and then there are these really small ones that only have like 5 or 6 centimeters. We use this when fish aren't biting and you really still want to catch something. Why do you catch more with a smaller lure? I think there are two reasons. First, there are a lot more small fish in the sea than big ones, and second, smaller lure fits better into the fish mouth, so you have a better chance of catching the fish when it goes for your lure. With a bigger lure, you either need a bigger fish or you need some luck for the fish to get hooked. You will see that with a small lure, the hook will almost always be inside the fish mouth. With a bigger lure, the hooks will be all over the fish. You will also see that these are more like guidelines, not some rules set in stone. When fish are hungry and biting, you'll also catch bigger fish with small lures and small fish with bigger lures. Yeah, bigger lures eliminate some of the smaller fish, but I'm always surprised how hungry fish are. I mean, they're like us when we're really hungry and we go shopping. We buy way too much food. Small fish can go for lures that are almost as big as they are. What about the shape and the color of the lure? Natural looking colors, this means lots of silver, some blue, some green, some purple maybe, some black patterns, a few splashes of red. These are generally good for nice and sunny weather when the visibility is good. When the sky is cloudy or when it gets dark, you'll want bright and flashy colors. Think yellow, orange and so on. But then again, don't get stuck with these tips. If one lure isn't working, pull it out and try another one. And finally, what is the best time and the best place for trolling? I know I started this video by saying that we just paddle where we want to paddle because of the sea kayaking itself, not because of the fishing. But if you can adjust your time and paddle path a little, it can make a big difference. So generally, the best time for fishing is morning and especially evening. Lots of times fish also go crazy around full moon. Equally important is the location. Try to paddle close to shore, especially if the sea bottom goes straight down like it does under cliffs. Long boring stretches of coast where nothing is happening are not the best. Fish rather hang around points, rocks, any features that break the boring straight coast. It's way less likely to catch something on the open sea. I think I caught like maybe 2 or 3 fish a bit further from the coast and none in the middle of the sea. But I guess this also hugely depends on your location. The last thing I want to cover in this video is what to do when the fish bites. When you feel the fish is pulling on your fishing line, you have to act quickly. Lots of time a fish is not hooked really well, and if you wait too long, it can break free. As soon as you feel it pulling on your line, start winding it on your holder. From time to time, some fish fight really hard to break free. At that times, you have to wait a little bit and give the fish some slack. Pulling really hard while the fish is also pulling and fighting really hard, the hooks might disengage. When the fish is really close to your kayak and really close to the surface of the sea, pull it out quickly and throw it inside your kayak. This is the time that the fish is most likely to escape. If the fish is really small, then I let it go. If it's big enough to eat, then you have to kill it. The fastest and the least painful way to kill a fish is to destroy its brains. You do that by sticking a sharp knife into the head of the fish just behind its eyes and then move it around so the brains are destroyed. Okay, so this pretty much covers everything you need to know to start fishing during your sea kayaking trips. I hope you like this video. It's been filled with shots from our sea kayaking adventures. There are not that many fishing shots because, well, when you catch something, there's no time to make a video. But I hope you liked it anyways, and if you have some questions or if you guys have some extra tips to share, let me know in the comments. Also, if you're looking for waterproof gear like waterproof bags, waterproof backpacks that you can take on your fishing and sea kayaking trips, check our website, it's drytidegear.com. And if you can, please like and share this video and subscribe to our channel. See you next time.